Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back. How you doing? This is my second YouTube video, also my second video out of my Halloween series. Last time we did Date from American Horror Story, and if you haven't seen that, you can check it out here. And today we will be doing some sort of a girly version of Lucifer Morningstar, who is this guy right here. He has this devil face, so we're gonna be attempting to do a glam side as we did in our last video, and we're gonna be poking out the devilish side on the other side of our faces, which we will be doing with actual FX makeup that I haven't played with in a long time. So let's get started. First of all, we will put our ears on just like we did last time. Adorable cat ears. Second of all, I've already done my base, so we will not be wasting any time on that. If you want to see how I do my base, I can just create a separate video just for that, just for foundation and all that. But let's start with the eyeshadow look. That's gonna be our glam side on this side, and for that we're gonna be using the Bell Jordan Obsession palette, this one. We are gonna be taking our favorite fluffy brush from Zoeva, that's 226, and we will be dipping into hot sauce, which is this color. That's like the burgundy color right there, and we're gonna dip our brush all into that and start packing it just above our crease. So when we think of Lucifer, we think of smoky, red, hell, and all of those colors. And now that we have our base on, we're gonna take a bigger blending brush. And this one is 142 buffer brush from Zoeva. That's clean, and we're just gonna blend it all together, and I'm gonna wing it out a little bit. So that is looking okay, right? By the way, I'm still very sick, and it's like the maybe 10th day of my sickness. I'm starting to think that I'm never gonna get any better. Okay, so now that we have this part done of our face, and we're gonna go into the Dream Queen Too Faced palette, and we will use the shade Let's Roll, which is this burgundy beautiful shade right there. Put that right into our crease. Also, we will just pack it on the outsides of our lid. Alright, now that this is done, we will go back to our big blending brush. We will use the shade Son of a Nutcracker, which is this sort of orangey, dark orangey brown shade, and we'll pack this on the outside of our lid. And now we're gonna go back to our big blending brush, and we're gonna blend it all together. If you have some fallout from your shadows, just take a big brush and sweep it out. There we go. And now we're gonna be cutting our crease, which is, to be honest, not a favorite part of mine, but we're gonna take our concealer, and this is the Camouflage Essence concealer that I've been loving recently, and we will take a smudging brush. We're gonna be doing a halo eye, so we're gonna be just cutting on the middle part of our eyelid. There we go. So now that we have this done, we're gonna go back into the Bell Jordan palette, and we will take our hot sauce shades again, so with our small smudging brush. So we're gonna blend it all together. And the Bell Jordan palette has this gorgeous, and it's actually called AF, gorgeous AF, beautiful golden color. Focus! To really pack it in, I love to be using my finger, just like I hate brushes for shimmer. So that is looking okay, isn't it? We're gonna be taking a pencil brush, go back to the Dream Queen palette. We're gonna be using that Son of a Nutcracker shade to really smoke out our lower lash line. And given the fact that that's just not enough for me, we're gonna be dipping into the Lola shades, which is just a black eyeshadow from the Bell Jordan palette. And we're gonna be dipping it up. Now we're gonna dip into the shade Glow Baby from the Bell Jordan palette, and we're just gonna brighten up our inner corners. And we're gonna put a little bit on the nose, because that's like so adorable. So that's looking good enough for now, isn't it? I'm just gonna go quickly off camera, pop some lashes on, and we'll be right back. Now that we're looking extra good on this side, let's start looking extra bad on this side. For that, we're gonna be using our good old friendly Dex. And for that, we're gonna be using one of those sponges. Now, when we think Lucifer, as we said, we think a burn. So I think it's gonna look extra nice if we make this side of his face burned off. And now we're gonna wait for this to dry, and we're gonna be looking like our evil is just popping right out of our faces. So that's gonna take a while. So now that this has sort of dried, we're gonna start peeling it off so we can make it look like our skin is peeling itself off. And by the way, doing my foundation before this wasn't a smart idea, but I'm not smart, what I can tell you. So let's peel this off. Oh, the baby hairs, hurt. You're gonna want to make it look as torn up and as terrible looking as possible, so it can look as realistic as possible, like your actual skin is coming out of your face. And so now that we have that, we're gonna take our foundation and we're gonna cover this white part up. Now you're gonna want to take your putty blender or any sponge that you have and blend it down. And now that we have that done, we're gonna go back to our trusty old favorite James Charles palette, because goddammit, it does the job every time. And we're gonna take a big blending brush, our favorite, and we're gonna take just shades Punch Me, which is very appropriate. I'm gonna go around the rim and just dab it. You're gonna want to make this look like an actual scar and an actual wound. And for that we're gonna be needing a lot of shading, so we're gonna take a smaller blending brush and go into the shade Boutique, which is a very dark brown burgundy shade, and dab that on the top. Okay, so now that we have this, we're gonna take a red face paint. Our devil face is coming out in red. now that we have our base for our devilish side, we're gonna go with the shade You're Kidding, which is the red shade from the James Charles palette. And while we're at it, might as well just set the rest of our face with that shade. Gonna take a big brush, that's a blush brush. Now we're gonna take the shade Boutique again, and I'm gonna go right under our coat skin so we can actually create the shadow that our skin is making. All we need now is some shading concealer buffer brush. Well, bitch, I'm not gonna be using it for that now. And we're gonna take the shade Benny, and we're gonna start shading this. And also really define all of the hollows of the face. Also, by the way, if you have another TV show character that you really love and you would really want to see a tutorial for that, please comment down below, tell me. I love all the TV shows, I'm such an addict, I would love to do them all, but just give me an idea for which one you would wanna see. And I'm gonna quickly go do the rest of that off of camera, I'm gonna be right back. And now we're gonna go back to the shade Boutique and just give our eye some depth. And finally we're gonna smoke out our lash line before we do our highlights. I'm gonna go back to the shade Benny and mix it a little bit with the shade No Beans and go right under our lash line. Now with the shade Benny, add some depth to the crease with the same pencil brush because I'm too lazy to find another brush, me being professional and all. And now my favorite part, we're gonna find ourselves the big ass blending brush that still has some red on it. I'm gonna clean on my pajamas and I'm gonna blend it all together. Good, and now we will take some I don't know. We'll take this brush and we're gonna dip into the shade Face, which is a very lovely highlighter shade, and we're actually gonna put some highlighter on this devil. Oh, this is looking good enough now, isn't it? So now that we have that done, I'm gonna quickly go off of camera, pop some mascara on, maybe some lipstick, and we're gonna be coming back to you with the montage. So there you go, this is the finished look. I went ahead and gave myself some little tiny horns that didn't came out so well, but it's very late at night. But I really love how this look came out. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you love this one, and if you recreate any of the looks that I'm gonna do for Halloween, please send them to me on Instagram at any.kostova and keep up, because next time we're gonna be doing Frozen Elsa. Bye! Oh, no. By the way, like, subscribe, hit the bell, follow me on Instagram. Love you so much. Bye! Look what I thought is appropriate for this video. I'm a fucking god. The bad kind of one.